We're doing a series on marriage communication, and in a seminar setting, some women were asked to identify what frustrates them about the communication style of their husbands. And it's a very interesting critique of how so many of us men, as husbands, can fail to communicate effectively, to listen effectively, and therefore fail to connect effectively with our wives. So I want to give you some of this critique, and then I've got an exercise for you. One of the women said, men, they don't share their feelings or emotions enough. It's like they grew up emotionally handicapped. I'm going to read you another one. Some of these you might be able to really connect with and relate with. They seem to go into a trance when they're watching sports or when I bring up certain subjects. They're not able to handle more than one task or subject at a time. Ouch. A strong critique, but us men have to hear this. Another woman said, men seem to think that they can do things better even when they can't, and they won't take any advice even if it helps them. May have heard that in my marriage once or twice, but that's okay. Us men want to be teachable. We want to grow to be good communicators. We want to be effective. We want to grow as husbands. We want to be mighty men. So let's carry on. Let's hear the rest of these. Another woman said, they don't listen well. They're always trying to fix our problems. You might be sat there right now thinking, I don't want to hear this. This is bad news. I don't want to hear this critique. And you won't grow. But if you want to be teachable, if you want to grow, let's continue to lean in. These are the wounds of a friend. Another woman said, men need to learn to enjoy shopping like we do. They just don't know what they're missing. That's a hard statement for me to believe because I'll happily go to the shopping mall and walk around, but there's certain elements of shopping it's the lights and it's the atmosphere and it's the pungent smell of weird perfume. I can't take it. I may have been known to run screaming from certain shops, but that's me. Let's move on. Here we go. Another lady said, men need more sensitivity, concern, compassion, and empathy. Are us men going to learn from the critique? Are we going to be listening as good students? Let's go on. Another lady said, I wish men weren't so threatened by women's ideas and perspectives. Wow. These are genuine, frequent, heartfelt cries of the heart from fantastic women. Let's just go on a little bit further. Another lady said, they're so over-involved in their work and career, they want a family, but they don't get involved. You know what? That has hit me time and time again, and I love my family, and I'm passionate about my kids. Oh, so passionate. It's my life's work, but I've made this mistake. I've got over-involved in my own projects, in my own interests, thinking I'm changing the world, doing the next thing, to the neglect of my household. And of course, it destroys the very message that I carry. Ouch. And then a final one is, one lady said, sex is the key word I want to bring up. They don't think about anything else. They're like a microwave oven. You push the button, they're cooking, and their on button's never off. So with all of these critiques, maybe you can relate, maybe you can connect. I know I'm just jumping straight in with the harsh critique, slashing the sword of critique for men and husbands. But I want to really press you as men who are listening. Of course, men and women are listening. But for the guys, I want to press you to really consider what the areas are in which you are failing to communicate, failing to listen, failing to connect in your marriage. And I've got an exercise for you. I want you to download the PDF exercise. I want you to go and sit with your wife in a comfortable atmosphere, make her a coffee, sit down and say to her, honey, I want to interview you because I want to learn and I want to listen. I want to know the areas in which I'm failing to listen and the areas in which I'm failing to communicate. I want to urge you to do that, urge you to lean in even to difficult conversations because you are building your life's finest work. Marriage is forever. Marriage is supposed to be invested in, and marriage requires personal transformation. So if you're willing to do this, you're being manly, you're being godly, you're leading, you're taking initiative. It's going to be painful. You're going to need to persevere, and you're going to need to look at yourself in the mirror. So if you're willing, let's get on with the exercise.